Everyone, we should be live. I hope everything is working okay, and welcome to our latest live lesson. So my name is Chris Pell. I'm the founder of IELTS Advantage, and about once a week I try and do one live lesson free for everybody on this page. So you're very welcome if you're watching live or you're watching the replay. And what we're going to do today is reading time management. So time management in the reading test is something that a lot of you have requested that I do a live lesson on, because it's one of the main barriers that stops people getting the score they need in the reading test. So if you can manage your time effectively in the reading test, it's really going to help you push and get that score that you need. So let me just first check if everything is working okay, because when we're doing a live lesson, sometimes it just doesn't work properly. So just let me check first, and then we will get straight into the lesson. And before we do get into the lesson, just let me know where you're from. It's really good to see just how many different people from all different countries, just while I'm checking things, and then we can get going. Let me see. Yeah, seems to be working okay. 76 people, or 85 people, it's jumping up and up and up, are live so far. So just let me see. Claudia, Manoj, Mohammed, Ahmed, Aisha, Sarah, another Mohammed, Zahir, Barsa, and Hardra. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing any of your names, because there's so many of you that it's difficult to get everyone's name. Okay, so what we're going to do is I can share my screen with you. So I'm going to share my screen and show you. I've created a PowerPoint presentation, and we're going to go through all of the different things that you need to learn and you need to appreciate before you can improve your time management for reading. And if you improve your time management, it is a very significant step to getting the score that you need in the reading test. It's not the only thing that you need to master. There are many other things that you need to do well in order to get a high score in reading, but it is a very, very, very important step. So that's what we're going to work on now. If you have any questions, if you're watching live and you have any questions, just leave them until the end. If we have time, we will do like a short Q&A session, 15-20 minutes at the end. It's just I can't answer questions in the middle of teaching, just doesn't work properly. And if you're watching the replay, feel free to comment along. Probably won't be able to read all of the comments on the replay, but I'll do my best to try and get to everybody. Okay, so let's begin. Let's get that sorted, and let's move that, and let's do that. Alright, just let me have one final check to make sure that you can see my screen and that everything is working okay. Yeah, no complaints about the sound or anything so far. You can see my screen. Okay, let's go. Alright, so this is my guide to IELTS reading time management. So today we're going to look at why is time management a problem, common mistakes, and suggestions for good time management. And let's make this as interactive as possible. The more interactive a lesson is, and the more you contribute to the lesson, the more you're actually going to learn. If you just sit back and watch the lesson, you are going to improve. But if you interact with me and you write comments and answer my questions as we go through, then you're going to learn a lot more. So feel free to drop any comments you have just below the video when I ask any questions or while you're watching the video. Okay, so why is timing a problem in the reading test? Well, very obvious point first. If you don't have enough time, you can't answer the questions correctly. And I'd also say you can't answer them effectively, because if you are running out of time, you're getting really, really stressed out, you're obviously not going to be able to answer the questions as effectively if you have, if you're calm and you have enough time to answer them. And it adds extra stress, which leads to more mistakes. So it's really what we call a snowball effect. Just the more you're running out of time, and the more that you're finding it more and more difficult, just the worse and worse it gets in the reading test. So what we want to do is we want to convert you from someone who is, stressed out in the reading test and running out of time, to someone that always has enough time to do all the questions and is doing them in a very systematic and methodical way. All the students that join me in like one-on-one classes and in my VIP groups, that is the aim for those students. What we do is we show them exactly what they have to do, and by the end of the process they know exactly what to do, and they can do them, all the questions, in a very systematic way. We kind of try and turn them into robots in that way. So this is totally avoidable. Many people I speak to say, I'll never get a good score in reading because I just don't know how to manage my time. I always run out of time and I'll never get the score that I need. This problem is very fixable, and the problem is very avoidable, and that's what we're going to look at in this lesson today. So what are some common mistakes? So what are some reasons why people run out of time or believe that they don't have enough time on particular questions? So the first thing is not knowing the difference between the different types of questions. And we're going to look at all of the different types of questions in more detail in this lesson. But a big mistake that I see students making is they approach every single question type in the exact same way. And if you do that, you are wasting your time. Time is a resource in this test, and so you're wasting that resource by doing this. It is essential that you have a different strategy for all of the different types of question. We'll look at that in more detail soon. Losing focus. So a lot of you are doing very well for the first 20 minutes, say, and then the last 40 minutes you're finding it very difficult to focus 100% on the questions and the reading text. So reading and focusing is very difficult to do for a whole hour, especially in a foreign language. So if you just pick up a magazine or pick up a book in your own language, whatever that is, and try and read 100% for 1 hour, it's quite difficult to do that. You need to take little breaks. So in the IELTS test, it's extremely difficult to do it in English, because English obviously isn't your first language. Spending an equal amount of time on each question. So spend more time on the more difficult questions. So as you progress through the reading test, the questions are going to get progressively more difficult. So it just it's just common sense to spend more time on the more difficult questions and less time on the easy questions. I've spoken to some students and they spend exactly 1 minute or exactly 90 seconds or exactly 2 minutes on certain questions. I just don't understand that logic. Like, spend less time, do the easy ones quickly, and do the more difficult ones. Spend more time on that. That just makes logical sense to me. One of the other big mistakes that I see is students skimming too much. So skimming is a good technique. You do need to skim, but it is not suitable for all questions. Like, when I ask students what is a key skill to use in the reading test, they say skimming. But then when you ask a student, like, what is actually skimming and when do you use it, when do you not use it, they don't really know the answer to that. So you need to be aware of all of the different skills, not just skimming. And with skimming, you need to know when to use it and when not to use it. And this leads us on to our next point, not knowing what sub-skills are being tested. It is essential that you know what you are doing and how and when to use each skill. And we're going to look at all of the different sub-skills that you might need to use later on in this lesson. And not practicing effectively. Take your time when you first start learning new techniques or strategies. So I have, like, in my VIP group, I give all my students an ebook, which is like 100 pages long of absolutely everything you need to know about all the different questions and skills and everything. And what some students do is they read the ebook and then they practice using the new skills they've learned, and they just practice one time and they say, oh, it doesn't work. I still run out of time. Well, of course, if you've just learned a new skill and you've immediately applied it to questions, it's not going to work first time. What you need to do is you need to have an effective practice strategy in order to start slow and build up until you become really confident. And we're going to look at that in more detail later too. Okay, so first thing we're going to look at is a different question type. So here are just some of them. True, false, not given, yes, no, not given, multiple choice, labeling a diagram, matching headings, matching information, short answer, matching names, summary completion, matching sentence endings, and sentence completion. So as you will see, there's quite a few of these different types of questions. So as I said before, the worst thing that you could do is treat each of these questions in the exact same way. What a lot of students do is they skim, then they scan, and then they read the question and they find the answer. That's what they do for every single question. That is not a very good approach, because each of these questions is testing completely different skills and sub-skills. Like a multiple choice question is going to be completely different, and you should have a completely different strategy to a matching headings question. Like matching headings, you're going to have to be looking at paragraphs and understanding the general meaning, and matching headings to those paragraphs based on that meaning. Multiple choice, you're going to be differentiating between different meanings with the different options that you have, and that is a different skill to looking at general meaning. And that's just two examples. They all have different strategies, and you should have a different strategy for all of them, and you should be treating them in a different way. So if you are treating them in all the same way, you're going to get completely lost. If you get lost, you're going to run out of time. It's as simple as that. So what you should be doing is you should be looking at all of these different strategies. And then let's look at the different reading skills that are tested. So a lot of people just look at probably two skills. When you ask a student skimming and scanning, or ask a student what are the most important skills, they'll tell you skimming and scanning, but they don't consider many of the other skills. So they don't look at close reading, they don't look at understanding the question, differentiating between different meanings, being aware of synonyms and paraphrasing, understanding main ideas or general meaning, prediction, linking ideas in a text to a diagram or plan. Now, all of these are separate little sub-skills, and unless you know how to do them, then you're going to get lost. Probably the main reason why people run out of time is they get lost within the questions. So my best advice would be master all of these different questions, have a strategy for all of these different questions, master all of these different skills, and then it just becomes easy. Think about the difference between if you are in a strange city and you're trying to find your way around the city with no map, or you're trying to find your way around that new city with Google Maps. Which one are you going to get lost and waste lots of time, and which one is going to take you directly to your destination? Knowing all of these different skills and knowing all of these different questions and how to deal with them is basically like giving you Google Maps for your reading test. You will be able to get from point A to point B as quickly as possible and not get lost. Getting lost is the main reason why people run out of time. So, vocabulary, again, very, very, very important. It is as much a vocabulary test as it is a reading test. So this is really important. Many people underestimate how important vocabulary is. I'd say there are many things that you need to do well in the IELTS test, in writing, speaking, listening, and reading in order to do well. But I'd say vocabulary is of paramount importance, because if you don't have enough vocabulary, you're not going to be able to pick up on the synonyms, the paraphrasing, you're not going to be able to understand important parts of the text, important parts of the questions. So improving your vocabulary is going to improve your performance in the reading test. Improving your vocabulary will improve your timing, as you will be able to understand the meaning and find the correct answer more quickly. So imagine, again, walking around a strange city. Imagine you go to somewhere that you have no idea what the language is. So for me, if I went to China or Japan, I would have no idea what any of the road signs say, or any of the street signs, or anything like that. So I'd have no idea where to go. So that's kind of like doing the reading test without having a good vocabulary. You just don't know where to go. You're going to get lost, you're going to run out of time, and that's going to lead to you getting a low score. See my vocabulary improvement plan. So if you go to IELTSadvantage.com, let me know if you don't find it, but it should be pretty easy. Just go to IELTSadvantage.com, and on the home page at the bottom left or bottom right, you'll see vocabulary improvement plan. Just add your email address and we will email you our vocabulary improvement plan. It's an ebook, totally free, and you'll be able to get it. Just let me know if you have any problems in the comments below, or let me know that you've got it before. But it is a really effective way of improving your vocabulary. And just basically, improving your vocabulary is going to improve everything, not just reading. And reading is a skill. So if you don't practice that skill, you won't improve it. So I don't know anybody that got very, very good at something without practicing it. Even, geniuses like, Messi or Ronaldo or Beethoven or anybody that has ever got to an exceptional level with a skill has practiced a lot. So it amazes me the number of people that say, I can't do IELTS reading, I don't know how to do it, I run out of time. Well, how often do you actually read in English? And they'll normally reply, not very often. A small amount of consistent practice is much better than trying to read everything you know the week before the exam. So that's a bit of an extreme example, but a lot of people, like a guy emailed me yesterday, said, I have 3 days before my exam, please help me improve my reading. Like 3 days before your exam, you're not really going to be able to improve your reading skills. A more sustainable, a better approach would be to do 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes a day for 6 weeks, 3 months, 6 months. If you do that, a little bit of reading in English every day, that is going to really improve your reading skill. If your reading skills are better, you're not going to run out of time. It's as simple as that. And many of you are probably thinking, why does he not just give us some hacks or some tips or some like secrets or like insider knowledge that will improve our time management? They don't really exist. These steps that I'm showing you at the moment, they do take a lot of work, and a lot of you don't want to hear that. A lot of you just want, the easy way out. But the only real way to get a high score in reading is to really improve your vocabulary, improve your reading skills, improve the reading sub skills that we talked about, have a strategy for all of the different types of question. That's how you get the 7, 8s and 9s. If you just need a 5 or 5.5 or something like that, you might be able to get away with these little cheats and tricks and stuff like that. But if you want one of the higher scores, you have to put in the work. And reading anything in English that you enjoy. I see a lot of people reading like academic textbooks and IELTS past papers and stuff like that every day. They're really boring. Like, if something's really boring, do you think that you're going to do it consistently every day? The key here is consistency, doing it every single day. So if you like football, read about football. If you like cooking, read about cooking. If you like shoes, read about shoes. Whatever it is that you enjoy, the key is actually just doing it consistently. Practice tests should be a small part of your preparation. So again, I see a lot of people emailing me saying, I've done the whole Cambridge IELTS, like all 11 books, 10 times, and I'm still not improving my reading. Why is that? And they're amazed that just because they do lots of practice tests, that their reading is not improving. Of course, your reading is not going to improve just by doing practice tests. You need to improve your vocabulary, your appreciation of all the different types of questions, your reading skills. You need to improve all of that. You're not going to get that from just doing practice tests. That is an important part of your preparation, but it should be a small important part. So you also need to practice effectively. So we talked about what is not a good way to practice, just doing practice tests over and over again. What is an effective way to practice them? Practice slow, then fast. So we talked about this as one of the most common mistakes. Like, it's quite frustrating that I give a lot of I give all my VIP students this huge ebook. It's the most detailed ebook on IELTS reading and IELTS writing in the world. Basically, it has step-by-step strategies for every single type of question. It's about, like, the reading one alone is like 100 pages long. And what students do, some students, they read it, go and do a practice test and just say, none of it works. None of your strategies work. Because what they've done is they just read the strategy one time, went and done a question, and their score doesn't improve. Of course it's not going to improve. What you need to do is you need to have a strategy. Say you're practicing true, false, not given. Sit with a strategy with 6 or 7 questions in front of you and spend 30 minutes on 6 or 7 questions. 1 hour, 90 minutes, however long it takes for you to learn that strategy, and then you're slowly building up your confidence. And if you do that enough, then you'll learn the strategy by heart. You'll know exactly what to do when you get those questions, and then you'll be able to do them quickly. Take your time when you're learning new skills. So not just reading. If you're learning a new, how to write an introduction for writing, how to write a conclusion, a new strategy for writing, a new way to answer speaking questions, don't start at 100 miles an hour. Start very, very slowly. Could you imagine when you started driving, if the driving instructor took you straight onto the motorway and told you to drive at 100 miles an hour? That's kind of like what it is of, just reading a new strategy and going into the test. A lot of people do that. Like, a lot of people will do the test on Saturday and read a new strategy on the Friday night and try and apply it on, less than 24 hours later. Build up to match fitness. So match fitness refers to, like, when a footballer is coming back from an injury, you're not going to put a footballer immediately into a 90-minute competitive game. You're going to put him for 10 minutes, then 20 minutes, then 30 minutes, and slowly build up their confidence and slowly build up their fitness. Do that when you're learning all the new things with IELTS. Again, some of you don't want to know that. Some of you are getting frustrated, I know, and just like, Chris, just give us some tips. Just tell us something we can learn in 2 minutes. Like, I could do that, but it's not actually going to help you. And I don't really believe in telling people something that's not going to help them. So, if you have any questions, I'll take some questions now. If you're watching the replay of this, go to IELTSadvantage.com. Questions are probably best if you go to Facebook/IELTSadvantage. And for all the strategies, so if we go back here, you're probably thinking, like, where are all the strategies for this, for these? Why have you not told us? Like, basically, each of these would take me about 30 minutes to an hour to explain. So I can't do it in a 30-minute Facebook Live video. Same with these. It would take a long time to explain what all of these are. So what I've done is there's 2 options. Sorry. IELTSadvantage.com reading has lots of information, probably all the information that you need. If you want extra help, there's also, like, the courses that I have. I give a lot of help with reading and whatnot. But if you just want to get stuff for free, just go to IELTSadvantage.com/reading and you'll find all the different strategies and all the different types of questions and everything there. Okay, so hope that was useful for you. Let me know in the comments. So I have my phone with me and I can read all the different comments that you've been leaving. So let me check this out, see if we have any questions. So we'll answer any questions you have about reading, time management, and then if we have time at the end, if you have just any questions about IELTS, we can look at them. So a lot of you are giving me your email address. I'm not going to be taking each individual email and putting it into, like, my email thing. I don't have time to do that. I don't know why you are giving me your email address. Let me know, why are you giving me your email addresses? I don't have time to copy and paste everyone's email address. So let me see if we have any questions. My reading is very poor, help me. Just is. Please send vocab. Let me show you where you can get the let me show you where you can get the thing. So if you just put into IELTSadvantage.com, and this will come up, and if you go to the bottom, free IELTS vocabulary ebook. So just put in your email address, hit subscribe, and it'll send it to you. And we also have the free 5-day challenge, free writing course, all free. Just click that, add your email, and you can get into that, which is really, it's the 5-day challenge that we did a couple of months ago. I just put it into like a free course, and so all free for you there if you want it, so check that out. So that's the free writing course, and at the bottom that's the free ebook. Very simple. Please don't send me your email address. I'm not going to copy and paste email addresses one at a time. Sorry, but I just have better things to do right now, and my time is not. Yeah, I don't understand why anyone would do that. Okay, so could you please explain about finding heading a paragraph? So if you go to, let me show you again. So if you go to this website, IELTSadvantage.com, we have reading. Click on reading, and you get all of the different questions, and it will show you exactly. So you want matching headings, so just click matching headings. Takes you to that, shows you what to do. There you go. All the information that you need. So help yourself. Let me see. Is there any difference between starting from the beginning and at the end? Just start at the beginning and do it that way. There are certain questions that if you get them, if you see them, that you should do first, such as matching headings, because for example, matching headings requires you to understand the general meaning of the text, so it is just easier to understand the general meaning first. So I do those questions first, but I don't understand people that go and do like part 3 first and then do part 1. Just do them in order. It should be fine. Every time we do a live stream, we get this question: what is the difference between British Council IELTS and IDP IELTS? The most common question I get. Nothing. The examiners use exactly the same marking criteria. They are trained in the exact same way. They are adjudicated in the exact same way. Everything is the same. Obviously, like, their buildings are different, like what the name is different, but in terms of your score, it's going to be the same. And I know a lot of people are going to comment like, my cousin did it here and got a higher score. That's because he or she did better on that day. May, when answering reading questions in sentence completion, should it be the exact word or should grammar be taken into consideration? Just go and have a look. So you want to know sentence completion, just take the steps that I've shown you, go and look at the strategy, look at all the tips, and you'll be able to find out. Is there any certain topic that always showed up in the IELTS test? Not for reading. There's a whole load of different topics. Not for speaking, because there are so many topics, so you have no way of guessing them. Writing task 2, there are certain common topics. Say the top 4, the number 1 is education, then you would have technology, the environment, health, but it's a very bad idea to just focus on those common topics. Try and cheat the test. Would you advise us to do the third passage first? It seems to be the most difficult and most lengthy pack. If that works for you, if you want to do that, do that. Don't listen to, if a teacher says like you must do it this way, like certain times that's good advice. But if something works for you better, do it. If it results in higher scores for you, do it. Do you have a YouTube channel? Yes, we do, but we don't have many videos, but that is going to be solved soon. I'll show you why it's going to be solved. If I can open my drawer, desk drawer. I bought this new fancy camera. See, and we are going to use it to, we actually moved into new offices. This is my new office. It doesn't look very officey, it's just we've rented a whole house here, and we've just moved in yesterday, so that's why it looks a bit unprofessional, but we're going to set up like a studio in one of the rooms, and what I'm going to do is do a lot more YouTube content. I'll also be posting it on Facebook, but yeah, there's a lot more to come soon. Do you think listening to audiobooks could also boost my listening skills and vocabulary? Of course it will. Listening to audiobooks and podcasts are one of the best ways that you can improve your listening skills, vocabulary, grammar, idea development, everything that you need. It's a really, really good way to do it. The other reason why they are so good is because they're on your phone. So I talked about consistency. It's better to do things that are easy to do. So it is easy to download podcasts on your phone. It's easy to download audiobooks on your phone. So when you're on the bus or you're waiting in line at shop, when you're shopping, whatever, you can just put in your headphones and it's so easy. But if you download some like extravagant thing that you have to be in a certain place to do, then there's more barriers to actually doing it. Just do whatever is easy. Could you give us a live reading mock? That's a good idea. I might do that. I do that in my VIP courses. I take one particular type of question, like a true, false, not given, and I do like a live reading demonstration. But I haven't done it so far to the free stuff, the free guys, you guys. Do you have any recommendation of a reading book text that helps us to prepare the IELTS exam? Perhaps it could be an ebook or any sources. Yes, my ebook. The ebook that I have is the most detailed IELTS reading ebook in the world, because I've looked at all of them, and mine is more detailed than any of them. It's currently only available to my VIP students, but I might start offering it to people just to buy, just like a one-off purchase. So if people are interested in it, I might charge like $10, $20 or something for that, put it on Amazon where people can download it. If you're interested in that, if enough people are interested, I might do that. Just let me know, just say I want your ebook, or give me your ebook or something like that, and I know if enough people want it, I'll post it up on the site. Difference between 5-paragraph essay and an academic essay. I don't understand that question. You can write 5 paragraphs in an essay, but I don't recommend it. I think it's just much easier to do a 4-paragraph essay, and that's what I suggest, and that's what I teach people. But there are many different ways that you can write an essay. Where can I get your PowerPoint? You can't. Ferdinand, so just help ourselves with the web that you showed us. Yep. All the information is there for you. Again, British Council or IDP, which one is better? What is the name of the website? IELTS Advantage. The name, it's the same name as the Facebook page you're watching from. Can you say how to shorten graphs? Don't understand that question. May Cynthia, thank you for the nice words. Sandeep, how to improve writing and vocabulary and also spelling mistakes. So there are many different ways that you can improve your writing. There are many different ways you can improve your vocabulary. There are many different ways you can improve your spelling. Spelling, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, I made a whole lesson on how to improve your spelling. It's if you will be watching on IELTS Advantage Facebook page. If you're not, go to it. And it's about a week ago, so about 20 posts ago you'll find it. But if you want to improve writing, vocabulary, spelling, grammar, ideas, absolutely everything, read. It is the fastest way to improve your vocabulary, to improve your actual writing, is to read. Read a little bit every day in English and you're going to improve absolutely everything. The students that read every day do way, 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 way better than the students that don't. And it doesn't even have to be that much. Reading for 10 minutes a day is much, much better than reading, 0, obviously. But it's also much better than waiting a week before your test and thinking, right, I better start reading in English now. Like doing 10 minutes a day, doing 5 minutes a day for 6 months is going to be much, much better than someone that starts doing an hour a day a month before their test. A little bit consistently is going to make a huge difference. Chris, what is the withheld results? Why has that happened, and how much it will take to be released? I have no idea because I don't give the test. IELTS give the test. IDP, British Council, Cambridge, whoever. So I don't really have that information, but it's a really common thing. I don't know why they do it. They're a bit secretive. I don't know why they do it or how long it takes or anything like that. Like, I'm not the person to ask, basically. Ask them. How to summarize the paragraphs in reading? I think you mean how... I don't actually know what you mean. I'm not going to guess. Sung Boy... is that Suboy? I got some problems with writing skills. I don't know how to improve it. Any ideas? Yeah, go to the free course that I have. So go to IELTSadvantage.com and on the homepage there's a free writing course. Marta, thanks for your kind words. Do you think reading newspapers are helpful for reading but also writing as well? Absolutely. Reading... Going to the BBC every day, or going to the New York Times, the Guardian, whatever newspaper you want to read, is really, really good for vocabulary, for topic development, just everything. Reading the news on the way to work every day for 10 minutes is going to make a huge difference. Does IDP provide earphones during listening? How would I know? I have no idea. Shisham, you're asking about matching names. Go to IELTSadvantage.com/reading and you'll get all the information you need there about that for free. So a lot of people want the ebook, but it won't be free. It's like, I'll charge for it, but if enough people want it, it'll be of great benefit, great value to a lot of people. So but I won't be giving it away for free because it took me months to write. Need assistance for essay correction? So let me show you. Go to IELTSadvantage.com. Go writing correction service up here at the top, and you can buy the writing correction service. It's $25 for one, $65 for three, or $5 for $100. And we give you a very, very detailed report, like a 4 or 5 page PDF showing everything you need there. Okay, so just give me 1 second. I think my wife is in trouble. Not serious trouble, but card top up. Sorry about this. Just send her a message. Very unprofessional, but you know, you have to take care of the people that you love. Okay, so let me see, any more questions? Wow, a lot. Let me see. Okay, so I'll try and get through as many questions as I can, but we have quite a few. And I've got other stuff to do today. But let me see if I can get as many done as possible. I'm just trying to find questions that would be useful for everybody, instead of which one is better, IDP or British Council. A lot of people are adding their email address. I'm not going to copy and paste your email address into a form that I've shown you how to like I've shown you exactly what to do. If you still don't want to do that, but you want me to help, like you want me to copy and paste your email address in, like I'm not going to do it. Let's see. Alright, so the questions that I'm getting are just the same ones that I've been getting for the last, again and again and again. So let me show you something, because I'm getting just the same questions over and over again. If you go to IELTSadvantage.com, again, go to the home page, and just up at the top here, you see FAQ, frequently asked questions. So if you go in here, and you'll find here are all the most common questions that I get. So, and they're divided into different skills and whatnot, like writing task 2, speaking, reading, so all the different types of questions and all that there. So if you just go there, it will answer all your questions, and if it doesn't, you can email me. You can go into this and send me a message. Alright, so I think that's all for today. Thank you very much to the people that tuned in and the people watching the replay. So these lessons that I do like once a week, they're totally free. We don't ask for any money or anything like that. All we ask is that you just like, comment, share. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you want to say thank you, just put it in the comments. And if anybody you know is doing IELTS, or anyone thinking of doing it in the future, please feel free to hit the share button and share it with them. That's all we ask for with these live lessons. And yeah, stay tuned, we're going to be making lots more stuff soon. And sorry if I didn't answer your question, but can't keep everyone happy. Yeah, have a good day and good luck with your IELTS preparation. See you again soon.